Welcome to the VIOLA Decor Studio channel. Today we will decorate the kitchen board. Let's make it in a shabby vintage style. All materials and tools are provided in the description of the video. The key to a good result is the quality of the foundation. Therefore, the wooden workpiece must be treated with sandpaper, especially the ends, and clean from dust. First, let's make a shabby background. The first layer is a dark acrylic paint. Mine is brown. Paint the surface of the board on one side and carefully paint the end. Take advantage of the flat brush, which makes it possible to make the edge of painting as smooth and clear as possible. Pay special attention to the handle. Dry well. After drying, adjust the edge of the paint on the end with sandpaper. It is important to do this immediately after drying, otherwise it will be more difficult to do later. Now apply wax on the end of the board, on the handle, and where, according to the logic of use, various chips and abrasions may occur. I use a wax candle for this. Be sure to brush off the wax crumbs. The second layer of paint is light, but this color should be as similar as possible to the background of the napkin. I have a light cream color. I mix paints, choosing napkins for the background. Paint the surface of the board and let it dry. Just as carefully paint the ends, maintaining an even line of the edge. Dry only with cold air. Otherwise, the wax between the colors will flow and give unattractive spots. With the help of sandpaper, remove the top paint in those places where the wax was applied. It is the wax that will not allow the two paints to adhere well to each other, and the sandpaper will remove the paint very easily, and it will remove such rough scratches as if it happened in the process of long-term use. And if this is done with the help of a palette knife, then these scratches will look even rougher, like chips. And I also added fine scratches, which can be done with a damp kitchen sponge. Rub with the rough side, wipe off excess paint with the soft side, and we make these abrasions a little in other places than to make chips and scratches. Thus, we will have different types of shabby effects on the surface of the board. Now you can proceed to decoupage. Tear out elements of the required form from the napkin. Just tear it out so that the edge is uneven. This will allow the napkin to merge with the surface as much as possible. Even where the edge of the napkin is even, cut off this edge a little. Separate the colored layer. Glue the napkin with decoupage glue. Apply glue as if from the center to the edges, gradually expanding this glue circle. The brush should not be dry, otherwise it will tear the napkin. That is, there should always be a sufficient amount of glue on the brush. Now you can support the channel and become a sponsor. There are options for subscriptions with additional video tutorials and training from me. I will be happy to create together with you. Details in the video description. If the edge of the napkin goes beyond the painted border, carefully remove the excess part with your fingernail. Very nice to dry. Dry again with cold air, because there may be wax residues between the paints, or leave to dry naturally. After drying, remove the remnants of the napkin from the sides of the surface with sandpaper. It is also important to preserve the effect of chips and scratches. Where the napkin covered them, be sure to remove the napkin with sandpaper. Coat the page with Deco glue a second time to secure the edges of the napkin. Dry well. My napkin had a complex background. The color changed in places. Therefore, in several places, the background of the napkin was very different from the background of the board. It should be tinted. Apply light background paint with a small brush and blend with a sponge to achieve the most harmonious appearance without damaging the main pattern. Dry well, cold air or naturally. Let's add a vintage effect. Make a splash. I will make it in two colors, black and brown and white. In order to spray, you need to take either an old toothbrush or a stiff bristle brush. The paint needs to be diluted a little with water. Running your finger along the bristles of the brush, let the paint splash onto the surface. If suddenly there are some large blobs, then in no case do not wipe them wet. Allow to dry and remove with sandpaper. Be sure to dry between different spray colors. Simple decoration techniques gave a great result and the effect of an old thing. Cover the surface with protective varnish. I really like decoupage glue used as varnish. In fact, that's what it says on it. Glue lacquer. It is completely matte. Apply 2 to 3 layers of varnish. Dry each layer separately. After complete drying, check the ends. If the paint does get somewhere, remove it with sandpaper. In this way, the board is completely functional. The front side is beautiful, and the back side is clean and allows you to work with products. How do you like the result? I adore the shabby style in all its manifestations. Write your impression in the comments. If you liked it, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and we will create together. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. With love, Anna VIOLA Decor.